Hello everyone. Today we will discuss and we will try to calculate the probability of error for 16 QAM, which is very common modulation scheme used in most of the communication systems. And also we will try to calculate the probability of error for orthogonal signal set. Now let us start with the probability of error calculations for 16 QAM, where 16 are the 16 signal points are there. Now this is the constellation diagram of this of 16 QAM. These crosses are the signal points, and the distance between the signal point is d. So d is the distance between the points, which is the distance between the points is related to the energy of the signal set. We will try to calculate the probability of error in terms of d, and also we will try to calculate in terms of energy. So first of all, we will start with taking d into consideration, and then we will come to the energy calculations, probability of error calculations for in terms of energy also. So we will compute PE in terms of, which is probability of error in terms of d and noise variance. Now let us look at the signal set closely and try to identify what types of decision regions are there in this constellation diagram. Now if you look at this particular cross and this particular signal point, this signal point is closed from all four sides, right? And this is one decision region, and in between the, if you see in between these dotted lines are the decision boundary. This dotted line is again the decision boundary to make decisions, and this dotted line, this vertical dotted line and this vertical dotted line is also the decision boundary, and the shaded portion is the decision region for this type of signal point. There is another type of signal point, let's say this signal point, which is closed from three sides and open from one side, and this is another type of decision region. And the third type of decision region is this type of point where it is open from two sides and closed from two sides. Let us calculate how many points belong. So all in all, there are three types of decision regions, and let us see how many points belong to each type of decision region. Now if you look at this type of decision region, there are 4 points: this point, this point, this point, and this point, right? And if you look at this type of decision region, there are 8 points: this point, this one, and so on. So you will find 8 points which actually correspond to this type of decision region. And there are again 4 points which correspond to this type of, the third type of the decision region, right? So we have identified from this constellation diagram each and every point, and we have associated a decision boundary and a decision region to each type of decision region, to each signal point. And if you, in my previous lecture, I have already calculated the probability of error for this type of decision region which is closed from all four sides, this type of decision region which is closed from three sides, and this type of decision region which is closed from two sides. So for details, you will have to refer to my previous lecture, but I will put the formulas, the probability of error calculation straight away for these types of decision regions. Now this for this decision for this type of decision region which is closed from all four sides, this is the probability of error. Which is closed from two sides, I call this is actually PE1. I call this type of decision region probability associated with probability of error associated with this type of decision region as PE1. Probability of error associated with this type of decision region which is closed from two sides, this is the probability of error, and I denote it by PE2. The formula we have already calculated in my previous lecture. And the third type of decision region is this type of decision region which is closed from three sides, and I denote the probability of error for this type of decision region as PE3. So there are three types of probability of errors: PE1, PE2, and PE3. PE1 is valid for 4 points. PE2 is valid for 4 points, this one, and PE3 is valid for 8 points. Now, since there are total number of points are 16, so the probability of error associated with PE1 will be 4 by 16. Probability of error associated with PE3 is 8 by 16, and with PE2 it is 4 by 16. So this is the overall average probability of error, which is 4 by 16 PE1 plus 8 by 16 PE3 plus 4 by 16 PE2. And once you directly put the formulas for PE1, PE2 and PE3, you will find this type of mathematical calculation before you. Now this one will cancel out with this one will cancel out with this one will cancel out with this one. 1 by 4 outside the bracket in the first term will go inside, right? 1 by 2 in the second term will go inside, and 1 by 4 in the third term will go inside. And you will find that there are two types of terms. One is q of d by 2 sigma, and the other type of term is q of d by 2 sigma whole square. So if you solve it further, you will find that you will average probability of error. You will see that it will be q of d by 2 sigma plus 3 by 2 q of d by 2 sigma plus 1 by 2 q of d by 2 sigma, and minus this square 3 square terms. And if you solve it further, you will find that the overall probability, average probability of error for 16 QAM comes out to be 3 q of d by 2 sigma minus 2.25 q of d by 2 sigma whole square. So this is probability of error calculations in terms of the distance d between the signal points. Now if you look at the constellation diagram once again, this is the origin. So the distance of each point from the origin, the square of that distance is actually the energy, right? So this, for example, this point, this will be d by 2 whole square plus d by 2 whole square. So that will be the distance of the origin, from this point, and we will calculate the distance of each point from the origin, and we will try to calculate the probability of error in terms of the energy. Now let us try to see that. So overall average energy associated with the signal set is given by 4 by 16. This is first type of this type of signal point, right? This one, this one, this one, and this one. There are 4 points. So the distance of each point is d by 2 whole square plus d by 2 whole square, right? And the overall probability, in terms of probability, it will be 4 by 16. So corresponding to that, if I say 4 by 16 into twice of d by 2 whole square, and we know that there are 8 types of points for this particular decision region. And what is the distance from the origin? It is 3d by 2 on the x-axis and d by 2 on the y-axis. So it is 3d by 2 whole square plus d by 2 whole square into 8 by 16. So if you look at, so 8 by 16, 3d by 2 whole square plus d by 2 whole square. This 8 by 16 will be overall multiplication, and 4 by 16. And for the third type of decision region, here there is a need for one bracket here. It is 4 by 16 into twice of 3d by 2 whole square. This is another 4 types of point. Let us look at these points. So these are this particular point. So this is 3d by 2 away on the x-axis and 3d by 2 away on the y-axis. So there are 4 types of these points. There are 4 points of this type. I mean, this will be 4 by 16 into twice of 3d by 2 whole square. So if you solve it, you will find that it is 1 by 4 d square by 2 plus 5d square plus 9d square by 2. Ultimately, it will be 2.5 d square. So it is 5 by 2 d square. So what is d equal to? D equal to under root of 2 es divided by 5. And what is sigma? Sigma is under root of n naught by 2. That is the noise standard deviation. So we can express the probability of error, which was in terms of D, it was this formula. We will replace D with an energy term and sigma with n naught by 2 root. So you will find that it is 3q under root of Es by 5 n naught minus 2.25 q of under root of Es by 5 n naught, the same inside q, the same term and whole square. So this is the probability of error calculations for 16 QAM in terms of D and in terms of the energy of the signal points. Now let us look at the probability of error calculations for orthogonal signal set. Now let's say Si is the ith signal point, and if you are considering the ith signal point, the energy will be given. We have already discussed these orthogonal modulation schemes. The energy will be under root Es, and since for it will be 1 only for the ith term, so 0 comma 0 and whole all will be 0 except for the ith transmitted point. So the energy will be under root Es. Now this is the signal set. This is the signal set in the orthogonal, in any orthogonal modulation scheme, S1, S2 to S subscript M, capital M. And we also know that in the orthogonal signal set, the dimensionality of the basis function is equal to M. Set of signal points will be equal to the dimensionality of the orthonormal basis. Suppose we receive some vector R, and these are the components of the vector R1, R2 up to Rm. Now this signal set is symmetric. Therefore, the probability of all the points is the same. Therefore, we need to compute probability of error of one point, which will be the same for all the points, and hence the average probability of error will also be the same. Now we assume Si was transmitted. Si is transmitted. Some ith component is transmitted. Now, what is the detection scheme? The detection scheme for orthonormal modulation schemes, they will follow the ML detection. The ML detection simplifies to the following. The maximum likelihood detection will be simplified to the following case. Now, take the what is the principle of detection in the orthogonal modulation schemes? Take the components of the received vector R1, R2 up to Rm, R subscript capital M, choose the largest component, and index of that component will be the signal point that was transmitted from the transmitter. Now this is the detection scheme. Now when you will make an error, when ith point was transmitted and you received that means Ri. So what is the strategy? Strategy is to choose the largest component. Now we will make an error if Ri is not the larger, but some other R is larger than Ri. So then we will make an error. Suppose Rj equal to alpha. So what is the probability of correct decision? Probability of correct decision will be probability of correct decision given Si, which was transmitted. Now if R is Rj, Ri is equal to alpha. That means the probability of making the correct decision will be when the received vector, right, Ri is equal to alpha, and for all other points, and this can be expressed as in terms of the product of the probabilities of all the corresponding points. If all the other values of the received vector, that means all the noise components of all other corresponding to all other signal points is less than alpha, because alpha is Ri, right? In that case, so we can take product as n, as the ni's are independent of each other. Now this is the probability of correct decision. I'm writing it again. Probability of correct decision given Si was transmitted, and let us assume that Ri is equal to alpha, and this is given by probability Nj minus alpha because we expressed here in terms of the product of for all the rest of the points. So it will be capital M minus 1 and J minus alpha. For all the other points, this will be Nj minus alpha, where alpha is the value of the component for ith point, right? Now, this is the probability, but this is the probability of making the correct decision. Now, in terms of PDF, this is given by integral minus infinity to alpha Pn x dx raised to the power m minus 1, capital M minus 1. So Pn is the density function of noise component actually, right? Now the probability, so if we replace this probability density function here in this expression, so excuse me. So what is the probability of correct decision given Si was transmitted? So this will be given by Pn alpha minus under root Es, because now this value is for one alpha, because alpha will also have many values. So we will have to average out the value, and the integral will range from minus infinity to infinity. Pn alpha minus under root Es, and this particular expression will come to average out for all the values of alpha. For all values of alpha, taking average over all values of alpha, and this integral is with respect to d alpha, with respect to alpha. Now there are two cases now when alpha is positive and when alpha is negative. So when alpha is negative, on the negative side, we know that the probability of error is given by minus alpha by under root of n naught by 2, and when alpha is positive, it is given by 1 minus q of alpha by under root of n naught by 2. And if we replace this probability density function with this q function, so it will be given by probability of making the correct decision given Si was transmitted. It will be Pn alpha minus under root Es q function of minus alpha under root of n naught by 2 d alpha, and raised to the power capital M minus 1. This value is for one noise component, right? And plus this is the case when alpha is negative, and this is because the integral is from the limits are from minus infinity to 0 when alpha is negative, and when alpha is positive, the limits will go from 0 to infinity, and this expression will come in this. When alpha is negative, this expression will come, q of minus alpha by under root of n naught by 2, and when alpha is positive, 1 minus q of alpha by under root n naught by 2 will come here, right? So you need, actually these expressions are not very nice looking expressions. There is no closed form solution available to these expressions, so we will have to use tools like MATLAB, where ERFC function is available directly, and you will have to compute numerically these expressions. So you need to compute by numerical methods. No closed form solution is available. This whole is the probability of making the correct decision. So what is the probability of error? The probability of error will be 1 minus the probability of correct decision. In this case, this will also become the probability of correct decision in general, average probability of making the correct decision. And this will be the probability of error will be given by 1 minus probability of making the correct decision, right? So what we have discussed today is the probability of error calculations for 16 QAM and probability of error calculations for orthogonal signal set. Thank you.